Hello everyone, welcome back to Kirklees Guitar School. In this improvisation guitar lesson I want to give you a beginner's guide to mixing the major and the minor pentatonics. Now it's really confusing for a lot of students because they go way too deep, way too early. Now the way that you've got to chop this up is mixing the major and the minor pentatonics is a culmination of a couple of different concepts, and the further you go down this rabbit hole you'll learn a little bit more about it. But what I want to do is I just want to kind of peek the curtain back a little bit and show you just a little bit of how I would introduce a beginner improviser to mixing the major and the minor pentatonics. But there is a couple of other ways that we can chop this up. Now if you head to the first link in the description, that'll take you to my website where you can download all of the tabs for the scales I'm going to talk about today. And I'd urge you to go and get that. You don't have to sign up for anything. It's completely for free. You just go and grab it. And it's going to, having this under your nose while I talk you through it is going to be really beneficial. Right, so when I say mixing the major and the minor pentatonics, what does that mean? Well, you've probably learnt at least the first shape that you've got on screen. And don't worry, I've got some tabs for you coming as well. But what that enables us to do, a pentatonic scale is the strongest 5 notes of a major or a minor scale, a happy sounding scale or a sad sounding scale, and it distills it down into the strongest 5 notes, penta meaning 5. Now certain guitarists from say the early 60s, maybe some in the 50s as well, particularly kind of the Eric Clapton, Cream era British blues invasion, guitarists started exploring playing in either of these scales and mixing them within the same guitar solos to give it a really unique sound. Now, this hole gets as deep as you want it to be, and I'm just kind of having a look at the surface of this. But you might see in some music, whether you're on jam tracks on YouTube and trying to improvise, if the band are playing what we call a 7th chord, this is a C7 chord, that you're able to, as an improviser, either play a major or a minor pentatonic scale over this. Now, the reason for that is if you distill the notes down of the C major chord, but then put this 7th note on the top, what we call a flat 7, you're essentially playing a chord that's got a bit of major, but it's also got a bit of minor. And what that enables you to do over something like Cream's version of Crossroads, where it's all 7th chords, A7, D7 and E7, you're able to mix major and minor pentatonics because they're all dominant chords. And dominant meaning 7th, okay? So you might have learnt B7. I know I've just put a lesson up for Satisfaction by the Rolling Stones. If the band are playing a B7 chord, you might be able to play either a major or a minor pentatonic scale over that, and it'll give you a really tasty flavour. So you see minor pentatonic looks like this. Now what I want to do is I want to demonstrate it, and then I'm going to show you kind of how I'd encourage a beginner to practice this at home. You've got the minor pentatonic, and we'll just quickly run through that in case for those of you at the back. 8th fret and 11th fret on the low E string. 8, 10 on the A. 8 and 10 on the D. 8 and 10 on the G. 8 and 11 on the B, 8 and 11 on the high E. Pause the video if you feel like you need to go through that. This is called a minor pentatonic scale. Now what I've got here, I've got my looper pedal set up with just a C7 on a loop, and I'm going to use these notes in this scale to do a bit of improvising, just so you can hear what it sounds like. So hopefully you can hear it. Very bluesy sounding. So there's nothing to write home about there. You've probably all got to this point at home already. Let me show you the major pentatonic scale. So we're going to start this with the middle finger Still on the 8th fret of the low E string, that's called your root. And we're going to go 8 and 10 on the low E. 7, 10 on the A. 7, 10 on the D. 7 and 9 on the G. 8 and 10 on the B. 8 and 10 on the high E. What's sweeter sounding? I think of... That's what major pentatonic makes me think of, right? Let me put that loop on with a little bit of drive. And listen to how this sounds. Not as easy, but it's a definite different flavour. So hopefully you can hear by mixing those two, it gives you a different sort of, gives you a different collection of notes and a different feeling, and depending on the song that you're playing from, because what I didn't want to do is I didn't want to go, because that's its own thing, but I feel like everybody does that. I borrowed that from something like Mustang Sally, which is something that you'll see out there as a pro muso out in the world. Those are the kind of blues tunes that I have to play in, weekend out. So if you like this kind of style of teaching and you'd like to hear it from me kind of from the very beginning of how to improvise, I'd urge you to check out the second link in the description, which is for my blues improvisation course. In module 1 of that course, I take you from learning your first pentatonic scale right through to playing improvised expressive solos using all 5 shapes of the pentatonic scale in a variety of keys, and talk about how to add kind of vibrato and hammer-ons and pull-offs and bends. Go and check that out from the second link in the description if something like that interests you. Now, let's kind of like, that's all well and good, but how would I, if you were sat in the lesson room opposite me, how would I get you to practice this in the room? Now, I want to sort of introduce the second half of the PDF that you can download that I'm calling Mini Major and Mini Minor. So what we're going to do, we're going to take just the sort of top either 6 or 5 notes of either scale, and I want you to practice chopping and changing between them. So can you see how rather than sort of trying to remember 12 notes of each scale, we've just got a couple to mess around with. And when I'm sort of chopping and changing between these shapes, around that 8th fret in the key of C, these are the notes that I'll gravitate towards first. Now what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to practice either, and feel free to pause the video to get this under your fingers, but I'm going to set this loop going, and I'd like you to just be playing up and down that. For minor, or for major. If you've seen a lesson I've done before, what we call the BB box, that's that shape. B.B. King used that famously in things like The Thrill Is Gone, okay? But what I want you to do is I want you to get used to playing up and down them, but can you play this one forwards and backwards? A couple of times. And then could you chop and change between the two? So we'll start with C minor. I want you to, a bit of audience participation, I want you to try this at home. I want you to have a go at playing this mini minor scale over the top of the backing track, and maybe even try and do a little bit of improvisation. Off we go. So whatever speed you see fit, I just want you playing up and down these notes. Keep going. don't have to be shredding them. Go at your pace. It's improvisation. It's completely at your discretion. Or you might be going... You might be adding a couple of licks in there. Okay. Just so you're not sat watching me twiddle my thumbs for too long. We're going to do the same with the C major pentatonic. So I want you to pause the video and just have a quick go at getting those 5 notes under your fingers and see how they differ from the prior slide. This is all on the downloadable PDF, by the way. I want you to have a go at that for me, please. Forwards and backwards. Keep going for me, forwards and backwards. Right then. Now if you want to do that at home, I'd encourage you to download the PDF that comes with this lesson and then type into YouTube C7 vamp backing track. A vamp is a musical term for a musical backing that just sits on one chord and just goes over and over and over the same chord. And what that does is it gives you a block of 4 or 5 minutes to really practice that. So how do you practice chopping and changing between the two? I would spend a little bit of time with the first one, with the backing track. And then when you get bored, go, right, okay, I'm going to go major. And I would literally just forwards and backwards between each one until you were feeling comfortable. Where do you go from there? I would extend the mini major and the mini minor pentatonic. I would extend that into the full scales. And then I would look at adding additional positions of that together. And that is one of many ways of looking at soloing and chopping and changing between the major and the minor pentatonics. So if you want to learn a little bit more about my teaching and my course and how I can teach you how to do this, I've got a little 14 lesson, fairly low cost course that's all in this format. You can learn more about that by clicking this video up here. Or if you like these little improvisation lessons, I'd check this lesson out here, which I've dubbed major finger, minor finger, which takes the same idea, but how can you take a major and a minor scale from the same 4 fret radius? I'll see you next time for another guitar lesson. Thank you so much for watching.